Alyssa Lamb was just 21 when she left Vancouver, Canada, to travel solo down the US West Coast. She was looking for freedom, inspiration, and a break from university stress. She traveled by train, stopping in cities like San Diego and San Francisco. Her final stop was Los Angeles, where things took a terrifying turn. On January 26, 2013, she checked into the infamous Cecil Hotel. The building was cheap, tall, and known for its dark history. The hotel had been home to suicides, overdoses, and even serial killers. Most guests had no idea what they were stepping into. At first, Eliza shared a room with strangers, but things quickly got weird. Other guests complained about her behavior and said she was acting odd. She left notes on beds that read things like, "Get out and go away." She wandered the hallways at night, whispering and staring at people. Management moved her to a private room for her own safety. No one realized that would be the last time she'd be seen alive. Elisa called her parents every day during her trip to check in. But on January 31st, the calls suddenly stopped. Her parents panicked and reported her missing to the Los Angeles police. Within hours, officers were at the Cecil Hotel searching for her. Police scoured her room and every hallway in the building. Sniffer dogs were brought in, but couldn't pick up her scent. They even searched the rooftop, which was supposed to be locked. But nothing turned up, no clues, no signs of struggle, no Eliza. As days passed with no leads, fears started spreading online. The LPD released a single piece of surveillance footage to the public. It was taken from the hotel's elevator on the day she vanished. And what it captured still terrifies people to this day. In the video, Eliza enters the elevator wearing a red hoodie. She presses multiple buttons, more than just one floor. She stands in the elevator, waiting, but the doors won't close. She steps forward and peeks into the hallway like someone's watching her. She ducks back in quickly and hides in the corner. Then she steps out again and starts waving her hands strangely. Her movements are erratic, unnatural, almost like she's underwater. She seems to be talking to someone, but no one's there. Then she walks away completely and vanishes out of view. The elevator doors remain open for over 2 minutes before closing. Online, the video went viral and theories exploded everywhere. Some thought she was on drugs or suffering a mental breakdown, but the toxicology report would later show no illegal substances. Only traces of her prescribed medications were found in her system. Others believed she was playing something called the elevator game, an urban legend that claims you can enter another dimension if done correctly. The ritual involves pushing elevator buttons in a certain order, but players are warned, if you see a woman on the other side, don't speak to her. Was Eliza trying the game? Was something watching her from the hallway? Or did someone follow her, unseen by the cameras? Weeks passed and no one could find her, until guests at the Cecil began complaining about the water. They said the pressure was weak and the water was black. Some even claimed it had a strange taste and smelled foul. A maintenance worker was sent to the roof to check the tanks. He climbed the ladder to one of the giant water containers. He opened the lid and froze in place. Inside was Eliza Lamb's body, naked, decomposed, and floating face up. Her clothes were nearby, also soaked and floating. The tank lid was heavy, and it was supposed to be locked. To get up there, she would have needed to pass through a locked door. That door had an alarm that never went off. The coroner ruled it an accidental drowning with bipolar disorder as a factor, but that only raised more questions. How did she get onto the roof without triggering alarms? How did she lift the heavy lid by herself and climb in? Why were her clothes off, and why was her body oddly clean? Why were her clothes covered in a strange, gritty substance? And why wasn't she seen again on any of the hotel's other cameras? She just vanished between the elevator and the tank. Then things got even stranger. Around the same time, there was a tuberculosis outbreak nearby. The test used to detect TB was called the Lamb ELISA, Same name, reversed Eliza Lamb. Coincidence? Her Tumblr account continued posting after her death. Some believe the posts were scheduled. Others aren't so sure. No fingerprints were found on the tank lid. No signs of trauma, no clear explanation. Years later, people still argue about what really happened. Was it mental illness, a paranormal force, or a hidden murderer? No one has ever been charged. Her phone and room key were never recovered. Her story continues to haunt the internet, and that elevator footage remains one of the most disturbing clips online. To this day, no one knows how Eliza ended up in that tank, or why the elevator doors refused to close. Some mysteries stay buried at the bottom of the water, and some hotels never forget what happened inside their walls. Subscribe for part 2